Kia ora, I'm Catherine from HELP. It's great that you're interested in learning about keeping young children safer because we can all make a difference. So far in this series, we've talked about what you can do, creating a home and family environment in which children and their needs are respected and protected, and taking particular care when blending families. We've also talked about some of the skills that young children can use themselves to be safer, though it is never their responsibility to avoid being abused in any way. The skills so far have been naming of body parts, the 3 touching rules, you can touch your own private parts but you can't touch others and they can't touch yours, and lastly, body ownership. So this concept that children are the bosses of their own bodies. This may not be the way that you were brought up, but it is a foundation of personal safety education. It's also the starting point for children understanding about consent, which is a critical skill in our relationships with others through our lives. So building on this, the next skills are the beginning of emotional intelligence, or EQ. Put very simply, this is the ability to understand your feelings as information to guide you in making good decisions. It requires you to be in touch with your feelings and to be able to think about them so they don't just dominate your behaviour. It's been suggested that this skill, EQ, is more important in determining the quality of your life than IQ, so it's worth having. And what we're talking about here is just the very beginning of this, children being encouraged to identify and communicate their feelings in words. Now most parents already do that, but there are 2 more steps we need in this context. The first is that we want children to respect their own feelings, as a feeling will be their first guide that something is not right if they've been targeted for grooming. So it's good for children to notice and listen to their feelings. To develop that skill, they need you to do that for them first. Notice their feelings and listen to them. Help them to explore why they feel like they do and what that feeling might be telling them and you. So that's respect for the feeling. The second step is discriminating between feelings that make us happy and feelings that make us sad or angry or uncomfortable. In the context of touch, we call these yes feelings and no feelings. That's the next step. Play with touch. Experiment with your child about what touches give them a yes feeling or a no feeling. Do things like rubbing your hands together or patting the cat or stroking yourself lightly on the arm and then scratching it a bit to see the difference. Then explore place. If I stroke you on the head, would that give you a yes feeling or a no feeling? And then keeping this one definitely a what if rather than actually testing it. What if I was to stroke you in the eye? Would that give you a yes feeling or a no feeling? So that's feelings in touch. The third part to this is what to do if someone touches you in a way which gives you a no feeling or both a yes and a no feeling. So sexual abuse can be tricky like that. Grooming can mean that it can actually start out as a yes feeling, then maybe a no, or maybe yes and no at different times. So having this clear and simple language means that a young child can communicate this complexity to you. So what to do if someone touches you in a way that gives you a no feeling or a yes and a no feeling? So children are great at coming up with this themselves with just a few nudges in the right direction. We suggest getting to a 3-part plan which looks something like this. First up, saying, stop that, I don't like it. Second up, walking away. And third, telling an adult, a safe adult. Being able to say, stop that, I don't like it, does rest on children knowing that they are the bosses of their own bodies and respecting their feelings as important. The strategy then gives them permission to act on that feeling to protect themselves. Now you might be thinking that the children that you know best have no trouble doing that at home with you or a sibling, but it can be a different thing when they're out in the world. So it's important that they know that you back them in this. We know that it makes a difference for many children because when we teach this in early childhood education settings, the feedback from teachers is that they start to hear this ringing through the centre as children practice with each other. Stop that, I don't like it. This is great, as any skill we want to use in a scary situation needs to be what we call overlearned, so it's automatic. And it's also a great foundation for being able to stand up for yourself in the face of bullying and abuse all through your life. So that's all for today. Tune in next week for more skills. And thanks for watching and wanting to make a difference. Any comments or suggestions, you can leave a comment on our Facebook page or email me, info@helpauckland.org.nz, and put Catherine in the subject line. Ngā mihi.